Hey everybody, welcome to Why Am I Yelling? I am Krista, and today we are talking about relationships that you have at work. When I'm talking about relationships at work, I'm talking about the relationships you have with your peers, with your coworkers, with your clients, with your higher ups, anybody who you interact with on a daily basis when you are out of the house and you are doing your job function. Now, I wrote a book, as you know, possibly, probably, kind of, last year, and it came out at the end of the year. And since then, I have had a few requests to bring the teachings of this book right here, into the workplace to talk about how to build better relationships with the people that we spend a lot of our time with. In today's day and age, we have grown accustomed to being able to work remotely, having uh, liberties to not be face to face with people as much as we used to be in the past. And human connection is something that is falling by the wayside. And it's something that we need to get back because as we see the progress of technology, and we see the distraction that these things cause. While it's amazing, technology is wonderful and beautiful and fantastic. And if you use it in the right way, then good for you. But a lot of us we are hooked on these things and we are spending our time looking down and not looking up and seeing what is in front of us, which is way more important. And we are oftentimes missing out on really great potential for really great relationships to be forged and built and sustained and created and that can last for a really long time. So I have been doing a lot of research on toxic work environments. They exist. I have lived in them, and it is terrible. Unproductive coworkers, they cause animosity, and they really can cause strife in a workplace. Unappreciative bosses and managers, they take a toll on your energy and your productivity levels, right? They cause um, churn in your organization. People quit their jobs because they are not feeling like they're appreciated or they're being heard or they don't have any autonomy and they don't get to explore and be creative. It's very by the book. And while I understand the need for some of that stuff, I also understand the need for growth and learning and knowledge and advancement. Everybody wants to be in a different place at some point, right? So we take jobs where we can learn and we can advance and we can grow. Or we start businesses because we want to learn and we want to advance and we want to grow. And we align ourselves with places and people that feel good to us a lot of times. Are they growing and doing great things out in the world? Sustainability is a big thing that we talk about now. Global impact, social good. Are we giving back? Are we connecting with our communities? Are we creating relationships internally and externally that are going to make other people want to come work with us and partner with us and collaborate with us and do all of the wonderful things that we want to do out in the world? And so building business relationships is the core foundation of any successful business, right? You need successful relationships with your clients in order to generate revenue. You need successful relationships with the people that are working with you and for you in order to increase productivity and keep the revenue generating with those clients. It's a cycle, it's a thing. And so when I am working with clients who are dealing with toxic work environments and unproductive employees and unappreciative bosses, what are the things that I am going in there to uncover and talk about? Well, they're all the things that are in this book, in the foundational relationship book that I wrote at the end of last year and published. And what I'm learning is we all need to be better at a few different things. And the 5 essentials for relationships are communication, respect, support, boundaries, and intimacy. Not in any particular order. But we need those in every one of our relationships in order for it to be successful, to sustain it, and to have it survive in the long haul. Now, where does all of that play in on a business front, on the business perspective? Communication, super, super important. If you can't communicate effectively and clearly, and I don't just mean speaking, I mean listening too, that is one of the key components of communication. Written communication, oral communication, verbal communication, all of it. That's important. So if you have people on your floor or if you're on your team somewhere in your organization that are not great communicators, we can fix that. Um, Respect is a huge one that I come into focus with when I'm teaching at different organizations because a lot of people don't have a lot of respect for their coworkers and even for their bosses. And so we have to talk about why respect is important and how to gain somebody's respect. And that's through support and encouragement and setting boundaries. That's also another big one. I think the three big ones for me when I'm going into an organization are really communication, respect, and boundaries. Support also very important. Intimacy also very important. And when I'm talking about intimacy, I'm talking about being present in the moment with somebody, looking them in the eye and having a conversation with them, which shows them that you care about them and that you are interested in what they're talking about. A handshake, um, a pat on the back. That is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about intimacy in the workplace. Um, when you are able to communicate and respect one another and set reasonable, smart boundaries, not only for yourself, but for your organization on a whole, you are going to find that you're going to see an increase in productivity with your employees. You're going to see a much happier boost in morale on your team and on your sales floors and within your organization. And you're going to find that creativity is going to flow and your revenue is going to increase because now you are bringing those tools, these tools that we're teaching, into your workplace, and your people are using them in every part of their lives. They're creating better relationships at home. They're using these tools with their clients. They are passing on this information, which is what it's meant to do, right? We are meant to go out and communicate and pass on information that is productive and good and strong and smart with the world. And so if you are in a position in your company where you are finding there's a toxic work environment or there are unproductive employees or you feel like you need a morale boost on your team, then we should have a conversation about how to make that happen. We should talk about the 5 ways that we can make your organization more productive. We should talk about how you can be more productive as a human being and pass that on to other people in your lives. Because this stuff exists. It's no fun to go to work when you are unhappy and you are feeling unfulfilled and really unappreciated by the people that you work with. And it really does take a toll on your mental, physical, and emotional health. And so, in order to fix that, we need to talk about it. And so, let's start the conversation. I want to know why you're yelling about the things that are happening with you and your job that are making you feel unfulfilled and unproductive and unappreciated. I want to know how I can help you fix those things because sometimes it really is just an easy tweak. One, two, three. Leave me a comment, send me a DM, hop on the Why Am I Yelling mailing list so I can send you information, or even send me an email at Krista at Why Am I Yelling, because I really, really, really want to hear from you. This is an epidemic that is happening, and we need to be able to figure it out and put it to bed. Let's talk more about it. Let's keep the conversation going. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll be back here soon with more information.